Hello, I have many updates today. In fact, I have so many updates that I could have spread this out throughout the entire week, but I thought instead I'm going to put them all into one video, all the updates that I have, put them into one video, get them out of the way, so that for the rest of the week I could continue to cover news stories and help people who need help. I have so many updates, actually I've fallen behind on a lot of them, so let's get to it right away. This one I saw that Tizzy already got to, so you may already know this update, so we'll start with this one. But it's about Captain Brock Horner. If you remember, he was the man who was screaming at a child in another boat, then decided to board his boat and assault him.
Bro, I'm a kid, bro, please.
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
He was, of course, arrested for that. Absolutely, he was arrested for that. The lawyer representing Brock said that he obviously wasn't having a good day. Again, on my bad days, I don't go out in the high seas, berate children, and commandeer their ships. He also went on to say that Brock deserves our respect right off the bat because he's a combat veteran and he got a brain injury serving the country. Therefore, we should respect him right off the bat just for that. And let me say, everyone in this story has been very respectful to his military service. Regardless of what he did, everyone, including the victim, have been incredibly respectful to this man's military service. They have been. In fact, even in the video, you hear Gage say, I respect you for that, but you can't do what you're doing.
No, I'm from.
Bro, all right, bro.
You know what?
Get going, bro.
We're all war veterans. We're all raised.
Well, thank you for your service, bro.
And you're gonna talk
Thank you for your service, bro. But that doesn't give you the right.
million ass.
All right, bro. All right, whatever. I appreciate you for your service, bro. But you don't got to run through the middle of the bridge, bro.
You can respect someone for their service, but also they can't just break any law that they want just because they served in the military. If you served in the U.S. military, I might respect you. I might not. I'd like to hear what you did. That will determine whether or not I respect you. And by the way, before you come at me, I'm Middle Eastern. I get to have that opinion. Bro is HR. Human resources? You want me to think human resources? Say, how'd you get that brain injury working in human resources? The only combat Brock sees is that first gym in Pokemon Red. If you served honorably in the military, then of course people respect you. Of course everyone respects you for that. But rarely has someone who served honorably had to go around and say to people, you should respect me because I was in the military. That's a very different attitude. In fact, bringing that up and conflating these two events, your military service and what happened in the video, stains anything good you may or may not have done. Look, let me be fair. I'm going off of what I see. I have no idea what I'm looking at when it comes to military stuff. I don't know anything about the military. Nothing at all. So I admit to being very ignorant about that. And maybe somehow he got a severe brain injury in HR while being deployed. Maybe that somehow happened. Does not absolve you from your responsibility in society to keep your hands to yourself. I had someone very close to me suffer from brain cancer, so I know what it's like to care for and be around somebody who may need assistance. But if he is suffering so much, where is the assistance? Why is he operating this vehicle? There are a lot of unanswered questions. If on his own he will assault a child, he should be held responsible for doing so. No military service, and my point is, whether good or bad, absolves him of that accountability. This is what it really should say. Brock ruined his own reputation. That's it. That's it. Except the other people on the boat who chose to do nothing. Their lack of action is also disturbing, and they have been identified as well. We have Austin here who says, I'm just a kid as well. I didn't know he was going to do that. Bro, you brought the boat to the other boat. Why? You brought an angry man to his victim. You did that, Austin. And the other guy here, firefighter Riggs, a well-respected fireman. Again, just because of someone's job, just because someone has a job where they're a public servant, doesn't mean they're absolved from making mistakes. Anyone can make a mistake. I help people for a living. I can make mistakes too. Anyone can. No one is above it. But firefighter Riggs, who did absolutely nothing when they needed him to, was defended by his boss online. His boss who wasn't there. His boss was not there, but automatically defends him and says he's a great guy. It doesn't matter if he's a great guy because when they needed him, he didn't do shit. He was letting a kid get assaulted by a crazy adult. So I don't think he's that great of a guy. My only impression of him is what I saw. And he doesn't seem like that good of a guy. You know? Doesn't seem like that great of a guy, if you ask me. A great guy, hell, even a good guy, would have said something. My love to the commenter who called it out and said, your beloved veteran sat on his ass. Come on. If you're respecting someone because they are a hero, because they are some military champion, and you have nothing but respect for somebody who you believe saved your country and protects you, then give them the benefit of the doubt that they're brave and strong enough to be able to handle accountability as well. When you make excuses for them immediately before they face accountability, it sounds like they're not very brave, and they're not very strong, and they're not very good. Have some respect for the U.S. military by holding them to a high standard. Next update is for Eric Ryan Sanborn. If you remember, he's the one who called my friend Kasim the sand N-word in a road rage incident in Villa Park, Illinois. Well, Eric's job has responded, and they say here in a statement that they are reviewing to make a decision. And we have an update on Perry Green. It's if you remember, the douche it was the man in the Cybertruck yelling at two Muslim girls for praying, for simply praying. He went on a hateful rampage, and well, here's the update. He apologized.
Live at 5, the man recorded harassing a group of Muslim women in an Alpharetta parking lot has now publicly apologized. Today, Perry Green joined the women to learn more about the Muslim faith. He attended prayers and spoke with Muslim leaders. Afterward, he apologized to the two women.
I humbly apologize to them because nobody should be treated that way, and that's not the right way for us to treat anybody with any differences. And that's what we came to do, and hopefully they'll find it in their hearts to forgive me, and that, we shouldn't allow that in our society.
Perry Green is the ex-husband of Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
We identified the right person. We got him. That's it. That statement, he is admitting we got the right person. No part of you feels bad about what you said. There's no sincerity in that apology whatsoever. And quick note, by the way I knew who you were are those ridiculous sideburns. What is with that angle right there? I mean, honestly, that's what helped confirm it. Because look, sideburns usually go like this, you see? They usually just kind of dip down like the stock market under Trump. But yours, it seems to do this like Elon Musk, Heil Hitler salute off to the side. And I'm not saying that to make fun of him or anything. I'm just saying that's a unique identifier on his head. And the fact that your hair is so much darker than what would be your natural hair color makes it really, really obvious that that color is fake as well. And that was not actually an identifier or anything. I just thought it was funny. None of that makes up for your awful personality and the awful decisions you make in your life. And final update I want to get to was Rob Carrillo. If you remember, it was this man who decided to use derogatory language and told this woman to go back to her country. He works for a school, and we have yet to hear back on what the school's decision is, but we have heard back from the victim's husband, who was very grateful.
Just want to give everyone an update about what my wife and I have been going through for the past month with this racist, calling my wife a racist slur. I'm sure most of you know who Danesh is. He reached out to us recently, and we were able to give him all the information that we had on file for this guy. He has officially made a video, and he's posted it on Instagram and YouTube, so go check that out. As far as the people who have been helping us out, I want to give a special shout out and a huge thank you to Mr. Cakes and Danesh for helping my wife and I out with the situation. You two have done way more than what the police force has done up to this point, and I just want to give you my utmost respect. We're going to be sleeping comfortably going into the future because we know that the internet is forever.
Happy to help, and thank you for your service. See how that came full circle? That video was from a month ago. Of course, it's only getting traction now because we have it here on a large platform, which is really sad. These things should be addressed when they happen. It shouldn't take a large platform to get some movement. However, since that's what it takes, that's what I'm here for. Happy to help, and so is Mr. Cakes. You should never feel so helpless. You shouldn't have to rely on a dude on social media to be able to help you in these situations. We should have help from the police and law enforcement. We should get that kind of help, but we don't. We don't. But of course, you can count on me. And look, really easy to respect his military service. It's real easy, Brock, but it's case by case. Hello, YouTube. I just want to say thank you again for subscribing to my channel. I really don't like saying this and make fun of everyone who does, but my commenters remind me that it's necessary on YouTube because people genuinely forget. So Here goes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That killed me a little bit. It really did. It killed me inside a little bit. I want to say one more thing because Brock was talking about getting threats or being harassed, and I just want to make one thing clear. I'm not validating that he's receiving any of these threats or he's telling the truth. I'm not validating any of that. What I am saying is that I do not agree with or believe in threatening anyone, no matter what. We expose people on this page. The exposure holds them accountable. It allows other people to see the type of person they are so they can stay safe. In no means do we encourage or appreciate bullying or threats of any kind or harassment. I've been clear about that in the past. I've never wavered from that, but I want to go ahead and reiterate that. All right. Thank you guys. Take care and look out for each other.